Hey guys, Scripture here with another video, and the Disney Plus ad has come out for sort of like coming in 2025, and they put a little bit of footage of Andor. It's not very much of Andor Season 2, but there is a little bit of footage here, and it's going to premiere in April, so you're going to have Skeleton Crew through December, and then we'll have Andor Season 2 in April. If you want to check out my Andor Season 1 reviews, I like a lot of things about the show, and I dislike some stuff about the show as well. And so let's just watch this little bit of footage, and then we'll break it down and kind of go through it after that.
Is there no one who can help us?
We need a pilot.
You're thinking like a thief.
I'm thinking like
That was cool.
Think like a leader.
That's all we got. That was it. So let's just break it down anyway. So this is I think this is where they filmed it at, I think it was like a science center or something like that in Spain. But there's some things I noticed right away. So whatever, that looks cool, whatever. It looks like there's an uprising happening here now. We already saw the one on Ferrix. But there's something I noticed about this show, and it was one of my criticisms of Season 1. Again, it doesn't mean I hated Season 1. There's just certain things about it that I think they got a little sloppy or lazy. Okay, so whatever, the stormtroopers are coming in. What does she say here again?
We need a pilot.
We need a pilot. I don't know who knows who she's talking to. This is clearly Andor dressed up as a TIE fighter pilot. I'm pretty sure it's a TIE Interceptor. Now, as far as like, that's cool. He's stealing the TIE. It is, I'm not going to lie though, like, I don't know if they're just, okay, the show looks good, don't get me wrong, but like, we're doing it again where we're dressing up as stormtroopers or TIE fighters and stealing TIEs. And they did it in the original Star Wars. They dressed up as stormtroopers. Okay, fine, whatever. They did it again in Force Awakens where they stole the TIE. Now we're doing it again. And it's happened a ton of times in the Clone Wars. It's cool though. I like the look of it. I'm not mad about it. I'm just kind of like, we're doing that again. But I mean, it still looks really good. And what does he do here? So he must have blown a hole in the... That's kind of weird. So if he blew a hole into the vacuum of space, it should immediately start sucking his ship out into space. So we'll see what that actually is. Remember when they opened up the door in the Last Jedi? And nothing got sucked out into space. Then they pulled Leia in. Like, stuff like that. Like, I get it. There's no explosions in space and stuff. But you kind of live with that because it's explosions. But not having the vacuum of space is kind of weird. So hopefully that's not what this is. Because that would be kind of strange. It could be that his engine's running and he's holding it in that spot. And then he shoots it. We don't really know. So I'm not going to be too critical of that. But again, we've got the... dressing up as a TIE.
I'm thinking like a soldier.
Think like a leader.
Think like a leader. Here's my other criticism here as well. And I was going to mention it earlier, but I thought this was a better shot. There's just no aliens. None. This guy's wearing a fedora, for Pete's sake. Like, there's no aliens. I don't know. I don't know why they don't ever put aliens. Like, that's one of the things Andor, like, it was like no aliens ever. Even when they were building the parts for the Death Star, where were the aliens? This show has a pretty huge budget, but there's never aliens. Ferrix had hardly any aliens. It's just one of those things where it's like, why wouldn't there be aliens? Like, this guy's literally wearing a fedora. These look like 1950s people running around. And that's something that they're struggling with, and they struggled with it with Skeleton Crew, obviously, as well, with the, basically, 40 years from now, Earth planet. Now, they did do a really good job of the aliens at the spaceport, so, and there's definitely aliens in that show, like, clearly, but this is, like, there's nothing. It's just all regular people. We're wearing slacks and coats and cloaks, and it's just, like, 1950, she's wearing, like, a toque, like... I don't know. I don't get it. I don't know why this show is like this. There's just never any aliens. Are there any aliens in this shot? No, once again, it's just all humans. I don't understand. Not a single alien. I mean, it looks cool. It's going to be cool to see the uprisings and stuff, the beginning of the rebellion, but... And, of course, you're getting the heavy drama. We're going to get the heavy monologues and arguments and stuff. Any aliens here? No aliens. This looks like Yavin. It looks like it could be Yavin. Is this the beginning of them using that base for the rebellion? That'd be cool. But again, not a single alien anywhere. Why is that? Okay, and then they're standing in the wheat field. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't look very Star Wars-y, I'm not going to lie. Like, there's stormtroopers and stuff. But boy... I mean, this is what I do. I'm going to criticize. I know everyone loves the show, but I'm going to nitpick and find things. And even in this shot, like, there's not a single solitary alien. And what made the original Star Wars so cool was that there were aliens everywhere you went. I'm not saying they have to put a ton of them. There's also no droids. You would think a settlement where there's people living, there'd be, you'd see maybe a droid running away or something. There's just nothing. I know it's a nitpick, but where are the aliens? And why does it look like 1950s? And why is there fedoras and like look at this guy. This is 1950s. I feel like if he turns around, he's gonna have a tie on. So I mean, it just doesn't feel like Star Wars, other than the fact that there's stormtroopers shooting at people and missing. Again, Yavin 4, super cool. It would be cool to see the beginnings of that. But I don't know. I just don't know. There were things about the first season I thought were not done well, despite some of the things that were done really well. The prison sequence was the best part of the show by far, even though it had no aliens for some reason. I mean, the Empire's never been adverse to enslaving aliens. It's never been a problem. Part of what makes Star Wars kind of interesting is the difference between the Empire and everybody else. The Empire is all, at least was an all white male organization that clearly discriminated against everybody else, whereas everybody else was everybody else, including the rebels. But I mean, even the rebels, at the end of the first movie, there's no aliens in the final scene, and there is a lot of humans throughout the whole thing. But having said that, you would think they'd throw, like, do aliens just hang out in bars? Is that the only place there's ever aliens, is in a bar? It feels like that's the case. Now, George went out of his way in the prequels to put aliens doing other things. Right off the bat, you have Watto and stuff like that. And then the pod races, there's plenty of aliens. But up until that point, most of the time when you saw aliens, that is true, they were in a bar. Or in Jabba's palace or something like that. But I think it's incumbent upon these guys making these shows to at least have a few, or even some droids, anything. We always had droids in George's Star Wars. Always. They were everywhere, no matter what. So again, we're doing the sneak onto the ship, put on the outfit, steal a tie thing. Okay, whatever, fine. And we're doing the no aliens anywhere thing. And we're doing the 1950s looking thing. I'm still puzzled by this. Doesn't mean anything other than that. This is all we got. So, like I said, I like the Yavin 4 potential here, if that's what this is. But let me know in the comment section what you think. I don't know it's with the wheat fields and stuff, but whatever. Let me know in the comment section what you think. If you think this is something to get excited about, or are you a little bit hesitant, or whatever. It doesn't matter. Whatever your comments are. If you like this content, please like, subscribe. Also, helps the channel. Feel free to check out anything else on my channel. Have yourselves a really good day.